Salutations, peoples of outside space. I am Celestial Saturn, and I am back with another episode of Validate. Uh, Full disclosure, it's been a bit of a minute since I've played this game, so I probably won't remember much of what I did. But I have the time. You can have the views, and let's resume our route. Resume. Ashley, okay. I want to see. Ooh, professional gamer. I wish Yolanda or Ashley. I want to go back with Yolanda, to be honest. You know what? No. In a lot of these dating sim games, I always be wishy-washy with the people, and I'm not going to do that. I like Yolanda. I like her vibe. I like what she is. I like who she is. We are going with Yolanda. So I have to go to the next person. Okay. So I can't see more of her. So there would have been a bad ending if I took the whole gummy. Okay. I know it now. Ableist language and harassment. Ooh. That's gonna be triggering. Predictably, you sleep through your alarm. You've been meaning to stop doing that for a while. Like, really working on getting your shit together and not immediately slamming the snooze button again and again and again like a reflex. I have been called out. I have been so called out. I keep doing that. I need to get better at this adulting thing. You've seen influencers saying shit that you shouldn't rely on your phone for that. You should get an old school alarm clock and put it across the room and therefore force yourself to get up and walk across the room to turn it off. But that sounds like hell, actually. And it's not like you really have anything to get up for. You were up late last night, okay? Doing a normal thing, hanging out with someone at her apartment. Even if you did make a total disastrous move on her, which maybe would have turned out okay if you just hadn't acted like a total freak on her. Well, it could have been worse because from what she told you, she wasn't that into you. She was just going with the flow, which sucks. Anyway, after getting that awkwardness out of the way, Yolanda turned out to be cool. You watched some bullshit reality TV, which typically you hate, but with Yolanda, it was fun. You get why people are into that stuff. Were you watching 90 Day Fiancé with Thumbhead Ed? The point is, you wake up at the crack of noon, feeling refreshed and ready to plan your next live stream. You grab your laptop from the floor beside your bed and tab over to your script. This is me! Oh my god, if you say anything about having TCG cards, I am going to run. Well, you say schedule. It's just a text document full of a bunch of indecipherable notes and dates scribbled for when you think you might want to do a video. Whatever, the next thing on your list is ganache. You could go for some ganache. Seriously, what is it? Unfortunately, it seems you have fucked up. You are hoping to not have to leave your apartment at all today, but you already know you're out of flour. Shit. No, you know? She said she's got the taste for it, so we're gonna have to go get some flour. Making something else, yeah, we wouldn't have to leave our house, but when you have that taste for something, that you, if you go ahead and get it and go ahead and make it and you finally sit down and eat it, it just makes the day feel so much better. That's why like a lot of people get really upset if they had something in the fridge that you eat and they've been waiting for that all day. Like they probably had a very, very crappy day, and the only thing in their mind was like, maybe if I make it through this day and have that piece of chocolate, everything will be okay. Or I would sit there and have that slice of pizza. It'd be all worth it for the crap that I dealt with. Like, the right type of food and the right type of company, the right type of TV show, it can make a day hurt so much less. And it's just, call it childish, call it stupid, whatever. But the way you de-stress, the things that make you happy are your things and not anybody else's. So why have we been putting down each other about what we want and what we like? And I'm going way off tangent over getting Flower staying home, but she wants that ganache. She could get Flower. It is so weird that while there's not really detail in this aisle, you can tell exactly what aisle this is and exactly where to find it in just about any grocery store. It's literally no branding on these things, but you know exactly which one it is. And those are the plastic straws for the party. Like the cookies and the Milano cookies, like, oh my god. Ah. Flour should be one of those universal constants. You really shouldn't be able to run out of flour. It should really be a renewable resource, like water. There should be a flour cycle where the flour gets used, goes into the atmosphere, and then comes back down from the clouds as more flour. You really want that ganache though. So you begrudgingly change into your pants and head off. You get coffee on the way and you're feeling good by the time you reach the supermarket. Inaya is just me in a different lifetime. There's a Scooter's Coffee not that far from Walmart, and I've gone there so many times that they know me by my order, and they always strike up a conversation and ask me how things are going. It's nice that I'm a regular at that place at this point, but I feel so called out. I just feel so called out with this girl. The store is playing Mariana and the Diamonds, and you sort of sing along as you make your way down the aisle, squinting a little in the fluorescent light. Supermarkets are weird liminal spaces, no matter what. No matter what time of day, empty or crowded. Well, the baking section looks weirdly barren. Very little sugar, absolutely no yeast, chocolate chips tossed all around like a tornado blow through. How does this even happen? From experience with my mom baking, haphazardly waiting till the last moment to do something and having to just run and frantically grab as many of items A, B, and F that you can. And then when you're not paying attention, your kid is either over there by the marshmallows or over there by the chocolates, trying to pop them open and devour them before you turn around and find them. So it's always like last minute bakers, and especially during the holidays, it ends up being super duper barren. Stay focused. Let's find that flour. At least there's one more bag of flour. You can just snatch it up and instead of meeting the powdery paper of the bag of flour, you feel warm skin beneath your fingers. Looking again, you find a brown hand beside yours on the bag, nails painted a shiny pink. You both snatch your fingers back at the same time. Uh-oh. Ooh, like out of a comic book. Okay. Goddard Baking Company. The hand belongs to a short girl who looks... Man, there really is no other word for it. She looks rough, like you after one of your sleepless nights falling down holes on Bennett, name searching yourself. Dark circles curve beneath her eyes, their edges red and puffy. She must have been recently crying. Her hair is pulled back from her forehead, lopsided, as she hadn't bothered to check herself out in the mirror before leaving the house. Honestly, this is how you look most days out of the week. But despite all of that, the look in this girl's eyes is terrifying, to say the very least. She looks at you like she can't believe that you're here, in the flesh, getting in the way of her attempt to grab the last bag of flour. Hey, I need this. I really, really need this. I'm making a cake, okay? You swallow. You can now presume to tell this girl that she can't have her baking supplies, but actually, if you're making a cake, shouldn't you be using cake flour? The girl blinks. What? Well, cake flour is the same as all-purpose flour, it's just sifted finer. You can sift all-purpose flour into that consistency on your own, but who has the time to do that, right? And who even has a sifter in this economy, right? Man, you are babbling. You are just absolutely going. What are you, some sort of chef? Yeah, actually, I am. Ha, bitch! Oh. The girl's eyes widen and she shuts her mouth. Her shoulders slump. Jesus Christ, obviously you should just take it. I don't really need it. I just wanted to make a cake. Because I'm having a bad day. And obviously if you need it for work, it's way more important that you have it. God knows I don't need any more sweets. Like, that's literally all I've been eating all week. I mean, not all week. I haven't been like this all week. It's just been a really bad day. But okay, you should definitely take the flour, because you need it more than me, because it's like your job. I think I already said that. Let's go get coffee, let's sit down, and let's see what's going on with you. She says all of that in one breath. You're worried that this girl might be having some sort of episode, and if that's true, you need to get her to a professional as soon as you can. Because, oh boy, are you not equipped to deal with this? Honestly, you did not come out here for this sort of situation, especially considering your own mental health has recently been hanging on by a single neuron. But then she closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. Sorry, that was weird, right? I think I just said a lot of weird shit. She starts to turn away, and before you can stop yourself, you do something wildly out of character. It's just not your tool set to make other people's problems your own. Look, hey, I'm not trying to get all up in your business or anything, because that's just not what I'm about, but you don't seem okay. No, seriously, I'm fine. She bites at her lip. The store intercom crackles to life to report a spill on aisle 2. You know what? No, I'm not okay. Hey, it's okay to be not okay. Like I said, I've had a crappy last 24 hours. Like, your boyfriend breaks up with you and then takes your entire friend group with him level crappy. Ooh. They even kicked me out of the fucking group chat. And worst of all, this isn't even the first time that this has happened. Okay, Not to dogpile on you, but if this isn't the first time that's happened and the common denominator is you've done something to upset or offend these people to the point that they don't want to be around you. And it has to take a little bit of introspection to understand what's going on. I mean, I'm glad that you took the first step to say that you're not okay with this and that is hurting you, but you really need to look within and see what you're doing or what's going on around you for this crap to be happening. This exact scenario, where the person I'm dating is done with me and then all the friends that I've made in the time since we started seeing each other leave too. Even people who were my friends first. They always choose him. Another announcement. Looks like they're still looking for someone to clean up aisle 2. Wow, that's heavy. Yeah, sorry, I know I'm being extremely normal right now, just spouting off to some stranger in a grocery store. It's fine, but do I know you from somewhere? You just look familiar. I don't know. Were you maybe friends with my crappy ex and the crappy people that he hangs out with? I don't have that many friends IRL. Unless you know an Alex. Alex Reza? The girl shakes her head. I don't know. I stream sometimes, you know? Like games? Whatever. Oh shit, that's what it is. That's how I know you. The girl's voice is totally familiar to you, and so is her hair and her forehead, and it's just all the parts of a streamer that you see when you're casually glancing at your screen when you have their stream on in the background for noise. You've probably heard Ashley's voice more than you have some of your real life friends, which is pathetic. Why are you me? I like your Apex streams. Thanks. Anyway, one of us should probably grab the flower, so she trails off as both of you turn to stare at the empty space on the shelf next to you. You look down the aisle to where a bald-headed guy with a stoop and a pair of muddy bikes. Did that old ass man just take our flower? Yeah, I think so. Looks like he can barely lift it. The two of you laugh, bonding over making fun of a senior citizen. Oh, is that the ableist bit? Yeah. For real though, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have wasted all your time babbling like that. If you want, I could give you the money and you could go to another store. I feel like I at least owe you that at this point. You have no idea what she's talking about. Then you realize that she's offering to buy the flower for you. Oh my god, don't worry about that. It's not a big deal. I can just make something else for my stream. I'll do shakshuka. I have a bunch of tomatoes about to go bad. What? You've never had it? It's super good. You should try it. It's like, well, it's mostly just eggs and tomatoes, which I know sounds kind of weird, but it's great. Promise. Actually, why don't you come back to my place? Huh? I've been meaning to have a guest on one of my streams for a while. Liar. And it's fun to teach someone else how to cook. It's not, actually, but if you suddenly realize that you very much don't want to be alone right now, even if that means hanging out with a total stranger. Well, not a total stranger, you do like her streamer voice. How do you know How do you know that I need someone to teach me how to cook? Oh, I guess. I'm just kidding. I can't cook for shit. The cake I was planning to make would have turned out terrible. I bake a lot, but it's never good. But she folds her arms and tips her head to the side. How do I know you aren't a serial killer? How do I know you aren't a serial killer? We could both be serial killers. Like that Brangelina movie where they're both assassins who try to kill each other. But with more being online. Ashley quirks an eyebrow. Well, I don't have anything else to do. Let's do it. Oh, you brought a pretty girls back home with you. What's up? It's me again, catching up on Naya's noms. No comments. Save your crit for the end, please. Yes, ma'am. We're making shashuska today, folks. It's one of the top requested recipes on my Patreon, which is weird since it's maybe the easiest thing in the world to make. I think maybe the cast iron skillet psychs people out. You turn to your guest, who is all suited up in her spare apron, hair pulled back from her face more cleanly than before. Her skin tone is close enough to yours that you're able to share your foundation, which you know you're not supposed to do, but whatever. As mentioned earlier, you don't have herpes. First, let me introduce you to my lovely assistant. This is Ashley. Ashley, say hi to everyone. Hi, everyone. I literally just met Ashley an hour ago. This is 100% real and not fake. She's telling the truth. We ran into each other at the grocery store. I know by saying 100% real, not fake, she made this sound absolutely fake. But it's real. I see some of you in the chat recognize her. That's awesome. Welcome. Glancing at the chat, it's moving faster than it ever has before. Before you went live, Ashley shouted you out on all her accounts, and the subscriptions are pouring in almost faster you can keep up with. For a moment, you lose your train of thought. You're being hit by so much intense social media cloud dopamine that you don't know what to do. Anyway, let's make shashuska. As you can see, it's a lot of very simple ingredients. Garlic, of course. Hella tomatoes. I know someone is going to ask in the comments if canned tomatoes are okay. And usually I'm all about taking every shortcut you can. But this time it really does need to be actual tomatoes. And you're going to want to take the seeds out, because tomato seeds are bitter. So basically any tomato is fine, but you want to avoid the more seedy ones like Roma tomatoes. Seedy? That makes the tomato sound sketch as fuck. Seedful? Full of seeds? Whatever, just don't use Roma tomatoes unless you want to suffer. You hear Ashley huff a laugh next to you. You aren't sure if she's laughing at your cool tomato jokes or just at you babbling worse than you usually do. Unable to help yourself, your eyes flick to the comments. You promised yourself you wouldn't do that, but you're all unsettled from having your usual stream routine shaken up. Holy shit, that really is Ash Bun. Do you think they actually just met at the grocery store? Of course not. It's just a hook, so well, I'll be like, OMG, amazing. Well then, how the heck did they meet? Oh my god, what if they're dating? You roll your eyes. Y'all need to be normal about this, please. Ashley is my guest. Be cool. You should have known people were going to start shipping the two of you immediately. Your fans are just like that. God bless them. And there's Toxic Socks. Toxic Socks needs to go. You flush and yank your eyes away from the screen. This is why you don't read the fucking comments. God, you hope Ashley hadn't seen that. is true that you don't pluck your eyebrows much, but who has the time? You get down to it, showing the best way to decor and seed the tomatoes. Before scraping them into a bowl, you saute the garlic, pop open the tomato paste, and line the eggs up in a row. Ashley is a good co-host. She clearly has a lot of experience talking to an audience, which you knew going in, but she responds well to all your cheesy attempts at jokes and makes them better. And she turns out to be a way better cook than she had initially let on. Initially, you just planned to let her slice the bread at the end, but you end up being able to just assign half of it to her. She doesn't get shitty about being bossed around in the kitchen either, which you've been afraid she might. Wow, I have never seen this many tomatoes before in one place. She breaks off abruptly. I lost you. You say it before you remember that you can't lose her. You're in the same room as her. You can't drop her on a call. Ashley? You turn around and find her staring down at the counter. At first you think she's messed something up or broken a kitchen implement that's too nervous to tell you on stream. But then you see that she isn't staring at the counter after all. She's staring at the monitor. God, is your stupid fan page acting foolish again? Then you glance at the screen. One person has taken over the comments section. God, did you forget to limit people's ability to post multiple comments? You're such an amateur. Oh. I'm sensing an ex or a friend. You scan as quickly as you can, lungs tightening as you read. It's all about Ashley, and none of it's complimentary. In fact, this seems to be a burner account of someone with a personal bone to pick with her. It's just rows after rows of various crimes. She's abusive, she's mean, she's toxic, she's a bully, she's problematic. The person posts a link to a call-out post. Alex does his job and gets rid of the slanderous comments as fast as he can, and he bans that person. But right away, a new account signs in and starts repeating all of the slander. Beside you, you feel Ashley getting more and more upset. You don't know what to do. If you shut it down, this will be the second live stream you've shut down early because of drama. Last time it's just your own personal drama that you made up in your head. But still. Ashley? I'm fine. She is clearly not fine. You spit some bullshit about having to wrap stuff up early because Ashley has another stream to get to. You're not even sure what you're saying anymore. Then you shut it all down. I'm so sorry about that. You're gonna think I'm a total amateur for this. I really should have made it so that you can't post with a new account. Alex told me to do that like months ago, but I keep putting it off. I'm so sorry. Ashley faces away from you. Her shoulders are shaking. Didn't I tell you that I'm not mad? Why did you shut it down? I didn't ask you to do that. This is your job, isn't it? She whips back towards you, face contorted in anger. You take a step back, surprised. How are you supposed to get anywhere with this if you just break down over nothing like this? You shake your head. I wasn't breaking down or anything like that. I just thought you looked upset. Well, I wasn't, okay? She yells so loud that you wince, clutching at your head as pain flares up the back of your neck. You've been hovering over the edges of a migraine all day, and this isn't helping. Ashley's eyes lose their fire for just a moment before flaring back to life. See, that person in there was right. I am awful and toxic. You don't want me here. She's shouting so loud it rings down off the ceiling. Yeah, let's try to defuse the situation because yelling back is not going to help. And it's just going to make your headache even worse. Hey, do you want something to drink? You've never been so good with someone that's having a crisis. You're not even good when you yourself is having a crisis. Turning to your fridge, You take out 2 bottles of water and pass one over to Ashley. Her eyes still blazing, but she reaches out and takes the water. She holds it, one hand poised over the cap without opening it. She's looking at the ground. Her volume is more reasonable, voice trembling at the edges. You realize that if she leaves now, you'll probably never see her again. And okay, it's not like the two of you are besties. You've known her for about 2 hours, but still, you don't want her to just wander out there into the gloomy Saturday with that look on her face. Listen, I'm not going to pretend I know what's going on with you. Or like after school special you or whatever. But you seemed pretty nice to me up until that person rolled in and started being a dickhead. So you can leave if you want, but don't leave because you think I'm going to kick you out or anything. Because I'm not. Ashley is still staring at the ground, but something in the set of her shoulders tell you that she's listening. That stuff you were telling about sounds pretty heavy. If you want to talk about it, that's fine. But if you don't want to, that's also fine. We can just chill. Ashley finally pops the top of her water. That sounds good. Yeah, don't push it. The two of you clear up the kitchen together, tossing the half-finished shushuska and ordering takeout instead. It's really more of a curry kind of day, actually. Alex always says that for a professional chef, you sure love ordering food. You say that for someone who works at a bank, he sure loves using an ATM machine. He tells you that doesn't actually make any sense. And you tell him to go fuck himself. Your apartment has a dishwasher, but Ashley doesn't use it. She washes, rinses, and dries all the cookware before finding places in the kitchen where it belongs and putting it away. Okay, that is a very conscientious help. She actually helped wash the stuff and actually put it away? That's a very great guest. I know she didn't have to, but I appreciate that. Back when you'd first moved in, you'd ignored the dishwasher too. You hadn't grown up with one. Sorry for, freaking the fuck out multiple times. I just wasn't ready for that. It's okay. You take the dish towel from her and start drying while she rinses. Do you have any idea who that person was? The troll? Ashley's mouth does something bitter and complicated. I got a suspicion. No way she'd ever admit to it, though. Someone I used to hang out with who I know never liked me. And now that I'm not in the group anymore, I'm fair game, you know? You don't know, actually. You never had a falling out with a group. You never had a group to fall out with. Wow. That's depressing. Sorry it fucked up your stream. Whatever. They can wait. I'll record something and post it later this week. They don't all have to be live. I've been thinking about cutting down on the amount of them I post anyway. It's a lot of work. Yeah, I do a lot of streaming too. And it's about 10 times more exhausting than it should be. You smile. Ashley seems kind of high maintenance, to be perfectly honest, but also like she understands you on a level most people don't. The level of modest internet fame and a following of slightly annoying people who you nevertheless cherish. You don't think you could date Ashley. Not that you think she's right when she yelled that she's a terrible person who doesn't deserve love. She's just a little more than you could take right now. But you absolutely wouldn't mind being her friend. Yeah, don't try to hook up with them on the first night. That's skeezy. But especially if she's high maintenance and she has a victim mentality. that nothing is really her fault, but things just happen to her and she doesn't understand why. I really shouldn't be psychoanalyzing any of these characters because this is like the first meeting of everyone. But she seems like there may have been something at one point that she really did have happen to her that really messed her up and probably made her feel the need to have a bit of control. Because like the way she's saying, like, you should keep going with your stream despite all the trolls, even if it's messing up your mentality and taking you out of the headspace. Just keep going through it, keep pushing through it. It's not a good look. The stress is going to eat at you. The words are going to echo in your mind when you lay down at night. It's not a good thing. And sometimes you got to step away and try to recollect yourself. So, like, good on Inaya for closing down that stream and trying to help her step back for a second. That you can do. Hanging out with the mean girl. Yep, so I got a good ending. Baking with the straight girl, a PvP flower mode, hanging out with the mean girl, and then a route with Imari has been unlocked. Alright. New struggling single in my area. I mean, I would love to start the date, but I need to save. Not because I know this is the next one. And, ooh, a she and they. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and go through this first. Swooned at the lesbian bar. Alcohol is... Ooh, this is not safe for work. Okay, so before we do anything... what is it? This is the save? Alright. We're saving, and apparently the next one is going to be a not safe for work, so we're going to have to be super duper careful with that one. But until then, like, comment, subscribe, and if you are the type that is dealing with something like Ashley is, definitely seek help, even if it's just like a close friend, or even like how she did, someone who's so far away from the situation that you could get an unbiased opinion, if they're okay with it. All right, if they're okay. But yeah,